Guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a new video, and in today's video I am going to shed a light on a scenario that no one is talking about right now. If you like these kinds of videos, then please do me a favor, like and subscribe, click the bell, click on all so you don't miss anything, leave me a comment or share this video with your friends if you think that's useful. But without further ado, let's start diving into the charts, and we're starting off here with the BTC USD pair on at the 4 hourly, and this is kind of the macro perspective that we're looking at already for quite a long time. And I'm right away going to break the ice because the scenario that I am talking about is that we are breaking here the 20k, the 19k, and then trading for a long period of time on the lower levels from, let's say, 19 to 17 or 16k. Why am I saying that? It is because A, no one is expecting it, and B, as you can see, this is the value area, as we have drawn out so many times, the value area high, the value area low, that's the thick blue lines, and the point of control. That means that everything above is seen as overbought, everything underneath is seen as oversold, and everything in between is seen as the fair value. But if we're looking at how much time we spent underneath the value area low, then it's actually not so much. We have a wick down, we have here a little bit of traded volume underneath, and this is also kind of a wick down that was resolved quite fast. But if we then look to the upside, there we see that we have a little bit of a wick, then a little bit of a trading range, and then a little bit of a longer trading range before we are coming back into the value area. And that makes me think that this could actually be a very nice scenario that no one is talking about or thinking about, and that we are kind of making a pattern, a trading range somewhere between 19k, so these lows here, and then approximately, let's say, 17 or 16k. That is still a trading range of, let's say, 15 to 20%. Would be nice actually for a long period of time of trading. And then we also are really making a pattern here underneath that value area, what we haven't done so far. If we look at other value areas, and let me just draw one right here, because this is also something we have used for quite a while. I hope you can still see it. Then we are having, of course, the macro one. Let me quickly take that one out. And then you see that we also spent quite some time here underneath before you're getting back into the range. Here it was just a few weeks, but it is normal that you also have quite some trading underneath. Even here, the smaller one, you see that you have quite some wicks underneath. This one, not yet. I mean, it is just forming, but this actually quite had some wicks on the top, absolutely nothing. So it doesn't always have to play out just like you see. I mean, the trading range itself is very, very narrow, approximately 4% if I'm not mistaken, from top to bottom. Yeah, 4%. The same goes for the one that we have right now, also approximately 4%, perfect. So it doesn't always have to occur, but on such a big time frame, and because everyone is talking about how the bear market is over anytime soon, and that we are going higher. But like I also said in another video that I made early this week, is that I said I believe that the bottom is not in yet. We are going to see more downside before we are going to see some upside. And this would actually fit perfectly in that scenario, that we might go lower. For now, at least, maybe a wick lower, take the liquidity here, and then go higher. That could actually be the case. But eventually, I think we are going to break lower and then trade there for a while. I just have a very hard time imagining that this right away, you know, we drop down, that was it, thank God that's over, that was the bottom, now we can go higher. I just have a hard time imagining that that is really the case, and from here on we are marching higher into a bull market. There's just so much macro stuff going on that I think that is pretty much impossible. Let's quickly zoom in for what we're seeing right now. I gotta be honest, it ain't pretty at all. We have the money flow here on the mark side B coming down, momentum wave is down, VWAP is a little bit chopping down, RSI is a little bit split, indecisive, shall we say, also in the last few days. And that's also what we had last week until then Friday we dropped down, and this was also a drop on Friday. Oh boy, wouldn't it be funny if we also drop down here again on Friday. That is, like I said, that doesn't look so pretty at all. 1 hourly, a little bit indecisive. Yes, you have a thick money flow here on the bottom. There's a little bit of the drop from here, and now we're kind of indecisive, just chopping around, shall we say. If we're looking at the S&P 500, I said it already earlier this week, 4,000 was the important mark that I also mentioned, said if we are breaking lower, then I expect more downside. Next target will be this bottom, 3,900, and then I'm actually looking for this, 3,700, and eventually maybe 3,500. If we're looking at the dollar index, that one is of course still very, very important and leading the dance. If this one is really breaking out, I think the S&P has a swift move down, and also Bitcoin will then go lower. If this would make a slight higher high and then goes lower again, like we've seen here, a high, a slight higher high, slight higher high, and then we're going lower again, then BTC has room to march higher. Wouldn't that be perfect? If the dollar index goes higher, therefore BTC goes lower, sweeping the lows, and then goes higher because this one is rolling over. This price action right here, if this would would play out, so a high, slight higher high, slight higher high, is unsustainable. That is not what you want to see in a rally. So then you really want to see a high correction, much higher high, correction, much higher high. That is really what you want to see. But if you have these slight higher highs, we have seen it exactly playing out here, BTC at the top. Before we roll over, you have a high, an equal high, slight higher, eventually we're going down a little bit of a lower high, and that was really then the end signal, and then we went lower. So this really reminds me of this kind of fractal, so we say, that we have seen here for the dollar index. So we really now need to pump higher if the dollar index wants to keep on continuing this rally. If not, and it really starts to roll over again, then I think we have 3 tops to the high. Then I think it's time to roll over, and then we really could see a rally for Bitcoin. That's why I'm really, really looking at the dollar index and what is it going to do in the next week. And then again for Bitcoin, let's quickly look at the upside downside. Well, the downside you already know for now. Let me take this out. Actually, this is a little bit easier. If that doesn't happen, maybe we can then just sweep these lows. That would actually also be very nice. To the upside, first the value area high here, approximately at 20,400. Then if I zoom in, we have a little bit of a station here, the 20,600-ish, and then we are kind of going back into this trading range, 21,200, 21,500, 600. That is also where the macro point of control is. I'm looking with a lot of interest to these kinds of levels. Alright guys, that will be it for now. A little bit of a short update. Hope you like this kinds of videos. If you do, then please do me a favor, like and subscribe. Click on the bell, click on all so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment or share this video with your friends if you think that's useful. Feel free to also follow me on Twitter and Instagram, where I post multiple times a day and keep you updated about everything that's going on in the market. Thank you guys so much. See you next one. Bye bye.